Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us is making waves and shattering records left and right, while poor old Drake is left floundering with The Heart Part 6 going down as one of hip-hop's most embarrassingly disliked diss tracks. As the smoke clears from this delicious rap feud, one thing's crystal clear. Drake's career and reputation are circling the drain in spectacular fashion, a demise no one could have predicted. Unless they had eyes and ears, that is. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any juicier, more rappers are lining up to take pot shots at the once untouchable Drizzy. It's a veritable bloodbath out there, folks, and Drake's the fresh meat. Grab your popcorn, enjoy the show, as hip-hop's king gets dethroned in the most public way imaginable. This is how things just got worse for Drake. Oh, this dark cloud looming over Drake's career is going to stick around like a bad rash. As this slow-motion train wreck keeps unfolding, it's only going to get exponentially messier for the former rap royalty. When it comes to the seemingly infinite barrage of L's Drake's been catching lately, we've moved past debating who dropped the sickest diss track. No, what's truly insane here is how Kendrick has utterly mastered the art of kicking Drake's conceited butt at his own game. Not only are K-Dot's disses more strategic and ruthlessly effective, but they're also the biggest hits. Talk about an ultra-humiliating 1-2 punch. Poor Drake's rap god status just got mercilessly ripped away as Kendrick snatched his crown and jester's hat in one brutal fell swoop. It's a beautiful disaster, really, watching the king get dethroned so violently in front of the entire rap kingdom he once lorded over. At this point, Drake should just retire and become a full-time meme. Oh man, where do we even begin with this beautiful carnage? Let's start with Euphoria getting knocked off its throne by Kendrick's latest banger. Or how about Meet the Grams getting its ridiculous dance streamed into oblivion by Family Matters this week? But the real piece de resistance has got to be a 6-minute onslaught of Kendrick just spitting horrorcore bars over one of Alchemist's grimiest beats, outstreaming a Drake song. I mean, what universe are we even living in anymore? It's like the rap gods decided to flip the script and humble their former golden child in the most deliciously disrespectful way possible. Kendrick didn't just come for Drake's neck, he decapitated his entire legacy with Not Like Us. This insanely catchy yet utterly savage diss track raised every single streaming record Drake had to the ground. 50 million plays in 5 days! Absolutely merciless. With one fell swoop, Kung Fu Kenny snatched away all of Drake's precious hip-hop titles, from charts to streams to first week sales. He even took the petty crown while he was at it. This is what true domination looks like. Drake's just watching helplessly as his entire empire crumbles into a million meme-worthy pieces around him. Somebody gets that man a participation trophy because the throne has a new ruler now. You know it's dire when even the most blindly loyal Drake stans have to admit Kendrick didn't just hit a home run. He launched that Not Like Us missile straight into Drake's legacy and detonated every last bit of credibility. This isn't just a hit, it's a calculated decimation, leaving no room for doubt about who hip-hop's real king is now. As those hilarious Ruthless bars mocking everything from Certified Lover Boy to the OV Ho brand go viral, it's clear this summer's anthem will be one long, raucous celebration of Drake's stunning downfall. We can already hear it blaring from every speaker, an earworming bop solely dedicated to humiliating the guy who used to rule the charts and airwaves. Talk about an insane role reversal. Drake went from hip-hop's golden boy to the entire culture's punching bag seemingly overnight. The guy who once had the Midas touch is now getting relentlessly scorched in arguably the most public, messy beef the genre has ever seen. While the fallen idol tries to save face with cryptic insta-clips, the streets are rejoicing as their new ruler reigns supreme. Oh man. This just keeps getting better and better. Drake really thinks scrambling with some "a man in full" nonsense is going to save him from this epic downfall? God bless his heart. And now the whispers of another Kendrick diss track have the whole industry buzzing. At this point, Drake's only making it worse for himself by trying to claw back into the spotlight. Unless he pulls off a mind-blowingly vicious counterattack, one that makes Not Like Us look like a nursery rhyme, this is just going to be another sad, flailing attempt at relevance. Let's be real. What are the chances Champagne Papi actually has some explosive scorched earth reveal about Kendrick up his sleeve? He'd have to unearth skeletons so shocking, so unbelievably damning, that the entire world forgets Drake's the one getting ethered right now. And even if he did, it still wouldn't undo the fact that King Kendrick just took a galactic-sized dump all over his legacy. Nah, this is giving big, charged-up Meek Mill energy. We all know how that ended for the Philly rapper after Drake hit him with those brutal back-to-back haymakers. Any response now is just going to be the hip-hop equivalent of furiously rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic as it goes down in flames. Drake's ship has sailed, crashed and sunk to the bottom of the ocean at this point. He's better off waving the white flag. One thing to know about the power of public perception in rap beefs is that once that narrative sticks, it's nearly impossible to shake it off, no matter how hard you fight back. The Jay-Z and Nas saga is a prime example. Despite Jay-Z trying to retaliate a year later on the Blueprint 2, crafting some impressively venomous bars, it did little to change how the culture had already crowned Nas the victor after the blistering assault of Ether. Jay could spit straight fire, but the L was cemented. That stain of getting ethered has haunted his legacy to this day. And now we've got Drake desperately trying to pull the same miraculous comeback that even two Titan MCs couldn't manage. The writing is on the wall. Kendrick has bodied him so thoroughly that any feeble response will only make Drake look more pathetic. The public has spoken. He's been reduced to a punchline in the span of a single song. Trying to rewrite that narrative or redeem himself now would require some inconceivable, earth-shattering revelation about Kendrick, something so explosive it erases Not Like Us from the cultural consciousness. Short of having video evidence of Kung Fu Kenny participating in illicit baby fights, I don't see it happening. History's pattern here is clear. Once you take that L in a beef, no matter how hard you flail against it, you're pretty much destined to be the guy who got bodied by blank in the eyes of hip-hop fans forever. It's a harsh reality, but Drake brought this colossal downfall on himself by picking a fight he clearly wasn't prepared for. Everyone is painting a bleak picture for Drake's future here, and damn, it will be very hard to disagree. The man is truly backed into a corner with no ideal way out. Make another feeble response track? At this point, it will only amplify his status as hip-hop's biggest punching bag. Let Kendrick continue to run victory laps with smash hits that trample all over his legacy? That's an equally brutal L. Either path he chooses, Drake is guaranteed to lose even more face and become an inescapable meme. Like, dude, everyone already knows, this entire era is going to be overshadowed by the humiliation of bangers like Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and that scorching Not Like Us track. This path doesn't bode well for Drake's future at all. How does he recover from being the entire culture's punchline? There's no coming back from getting goofed on at this level by your own peers. His credibility and status as a respected top-tier artist could be irreparably damaged. Maybe he pulls a Sean Carter and disappears from rap for a few years to reinvent himself. There's a slim chance he could make a Jay-Z-like comeback, but for the foreseeable future, it's looking really grim for Drizzy. This Kendrick assault may go down as one of the most devastating career derailments hip-hop has ever seen. Yeah, the game's surprising entry into this whole messy situation, it reeks of desperation on Drake's part to have someone like Game riding to his defense. Let's be real. When your biggest public champion is a rapper who has spent the last few years burning every bridge and betraying damn near every OG who helped build his career, you know you're grasping at straws. The Game going at his former mentor Dr. Dre and dissing Rick Ross just a cape for Drake's sinking ship? It's all a bad look. But to then turn around and diss Kendrick too by siding with Drake against another generational West Coast talent he once passed the torch to? That's a new low, even for someone as petty and controversy baiting as Game. No wonder he's catching even more flack during this highly criticized era of self-sabotage. It just goes to show how dire Drake's situation is that he'd willingly align himself with the human Molotov cocktail that is the Game in 2024. Anyone with an ounce of self-awareness and respect for their legacy would steer clear of that dumpster fire. But I guess when you're as publicly disgraced as Drake is right now, having an equally problematic pariah like Game in your corner starts to look appealing. At the end of the day, it's a flimsy line of defense that's only going to make Drake look more pathetic by association. The Game is hip-hop's Ringo of beef. Dude jumps in trying to stir shit up only to get caught in the crossfire and emerge looking even worse than before. If that's Drake's big counterattack plan, he's in more trouble than we thought. So, there you have it, folks. The rise and fall of an empire scored to the sickest diss tracks of the century. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for more unfiltered hip-hop analysis. Smash that like button, share this take far and wide, and let me know your thoughts on Drake's dire situation down in the comments. The streets are talking, so let's keep building on this dialogue. Until next time, rap fans.